What's going on, guys? This one's a classic in the fragrance community, and I think people are pretty much divided as to whether or not they actually enjoy it. But it's from the house of Bentley, and honestly, it is the most suspect fragrance, I think, as far as being under the most scrutiny in the entire Bentley line. Bentley's known for making phenomenal man's man fragrances, and they have quite the arsenal. But the fragrance we're going to be talking about today is the most talked about in any line from Bentley. Strap up, we're going in. All right. Yo, welcome to the Scent Bubble. I am your host for the late evening. Today we're talking about none other than the notorious Bentley Intense for Men Eau de Parfum. This is a beast mode man's man fragrance, and for $20 to $30, you really cannot go wrong with this fragrance. So many people love it, mostly older men. I don't know a ton of younger men that like this fragrance. It just can come off very beast mode and very pungent with this kind of booze note. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Bentley Intense. There we go. Okay. Initial thoughts on this fragrance, though. It's very classy, very fresh and crisp. There is this kind of, it's almost like boozy rum sitting on woods is the best way I can explain it. It's not a ton of spice, but yeah, it's just this kind of like ambery, almost fougère, not necessarily barbasol, but maybe like the alcohol aftershave from like a really nice barber shop, just kind of lathered up in your hands with some booze, like some rummy booze, some shaving cream, and then some woods. And you've got Bentley for Men. It is classy, it is sophisticated, there is nuance to the profile, but heavy rum, heavy woods, and it's quite spicy. Not a lot of bite to the spice, but definitely some nose hair flickerings going on. Let's go ahead and go to the bottle. Beautiful bottle presentation. Who wouldn't love to have a bottle with the Bentley emblem on it? Again, Bentley really never ceases to amaze me how amazing their fragrances are for such a low price. Top notes, we have black pepper, bay leaf, and bergamot. I do get a little bit of the freshness from the bergamot, but it isn't quite distinct. But this mid really sticks out. Rum, wood, cinnamon, clary sage, geranium. Only thing I don't really get from here is the cinnamon. Cinnamon isn't a super high presence in here, less than 10%. And in the base, we've got some real maturity going into the fragrance with incense, leather, benzoin, cedar, and patchouli. I really like that foundational base because even though they kind of get carried away with the mid and the pepper, when it finally sits down for a little bit, you do get this more sophisticated class in the fragrance. Let's go through your guys' usual suspects. I would enjoy this fragrance like after the first hour of dry down, when that rum can kind of calm down and get more to the incense and leather and woods. But nonetheless, the fragrance community is pretty much split on this fragrance. People either absolutely love it, or people kind of just stand from a distance and respect it, but it's not quite for them. Especially with the younger people, they find it hard to rock a fragrance this heavy. It is nice, though. High quality fragrance, 10 out of 10 in terms of quality. I think as far as pizzazz and freshness and all that and uniqueness, I'd probably give it about an 8 or a 9. Definitely a fragrance worth having in your collection because you won't really find anything else that smells like it. I think this has a modern Fougère take. And it's nice because in the Fougère category, typically you deal with a lot of greenery, whereas this fragrance, you're dealing mostly with woods. But it does kind of have this classic, very upscale. Here we have this barbershop called V's Barbershop, and it's kind of the place where all the older males go to get their shaves and their beard stuff done. And this kind of feels very much upper room, high class barbershop fragrance, something that they would sell behind the glass. upstairs. You know what I'm saying? You have to ask about this fragrance. But this smells like what someone would wear if they were a very upscale barber. I think this is a 25 to perhaps 30 and up fragrance. I think as 25, you got to feel very mature to wear this because this will add about 5 years to your life. It is versatile, I think. I think it sits somewhere in semi-formal category predominantly. I think this is a colder weather fragrance, but can rock in warmer weather. Almost borders at any season, any reason, but it is very dense, very beast mode. Probably like a 9 out of 10 on the beast mode scale. So you got to keep that in mind and lessen your sprays in warmer weather. Ramp up in colder weather, I think. The fragrance runs about $20-$30 for 100 ml. You absolutely cannot beat that. And I highly recommend you check out the other fragrances from the line of Bentley. I really prefer Black Edition. Bentley for Men Absolute. They just got so many bangers, guys. Well over 10 to 15 fragrances from that category all get a nice 9 out of 10 or above for me. I want to eventually have the whole line of Bentley just because I have so much respect for the perfumery there. Sprays on this, I think you can, on the conservative side, go about 4 to 5 sprays and you will be straight for an 8-hour period. Easily. This fragrance will sit on clothes. You really got to dial it back. In warmer weather, I might go 2 sprays, maybe 3 max. But I think in the colder weathers, 5 is going to be nice. You know what I'm saying? 3 in the front, 2 in the back. Call it a day. Fragrance is nice, man. Definitely a fragrance you want to put your nose to if you're a collector, just to get this kind of modern Fougère DNA that isn't Fougère green. You know what I'm saying? This is more Fougère wood with that rum and incense really gives it its uniqueness in the category. But definitely a modern take for sure. Definitely doesn't smell old. I just think it does have some barbershop reminiscence to it. Let me know what you guys think, though. A lot of people, I'm sure, that follow this channel have put their nose to this. I want to know what you think about it, and if you own it, and if you rock it, and if so, what are the occasions that you do so. Again, this is the Scent Bubble. I hope you guys are having a blessed week. I know this was a shorter episode, but the fragrance is a banger. There's really nothing else to get into. Nothing else to get into for it other than to just get the rest of the Bentley line. Black Edition, Absolute, Momentum. There's just a lot of bangers in there that you're going to want to check out. And the bottles all look amazing, all around 100 ml, ranging from about $20 to $35. You can get pretty much any fragrance from the line. You guys have a blessed week. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.